In the early 1900s, the Austin Police Department was charged with enforcing the laws of the land. With their horses and Model Ts, their six-shooters and brass badges, the handful of men commissioned to those first squads guarded the rights and properties of the city's founders. Now, almost a century later, our look has changed, our methods have changed, but our mission remains the same: to serve and protect our citizens. Today, the more than 1,000 men and women of the Austin Police Department tackle challenges and decisions their forefathers never imagined, backed now by modern training techniques, state-of-the-art equipment, and old-fashioned enthusiasm. The earliest Austin lawmen seldom faced a problem more serious than breaking up an occasional barroom brawl. In 1988, about 350 APD patrol officers handled more than 261,000 calls, from homicides to hostage situations, from shootings to shoplifters. Long considered the heart of the department, the men and women who work the streets provide their community with round-the-clock protection, keeping emergency services available to Austin citizens 365 days a year. And they do their job well. Our crime rate has consistently remained one of the lowest in the nation among cities of comparable size. The task of following up many of the calls answered by patrol officers falls to the investigators assigned to the department's Crimes Against Persons and Crimes Against Property divisions. These detectives worked more than 90,000 criminal complaints in 1988 and finished the year with some of the top clearance rates in the nation. But special crime problems require special solutions, and the Austin Police Department has met the challenge by creating squads tailor-made to deal with these concerns. The walking beat and mounted patrol, throwbacks to our early days, have been effective in places with high pedestrian traffic, such as Old Pecan Street and the UT area. Our Hispanic Crimes Unit works closely with the city's ethnic groups to stem the number of crimes committed against them, lowering the crime rate and improving police-community relations with Austin's East Side residents. The Repeat Offenders Program, or ROPE, identifies habitual criminals and takes them off the streets. The ROPE unit's been in operation 19 months. The 15 specially trained ROPE members arrested more than 780 offenders and recovered well over $2 million in property and cash. 7 Austin police officers participate in the Greater Austin Area Organized Crime Unit, a cooperative effort between the Austin Police Department and law enforcement agencies from 11 surrounding counties. It concentrates primarily on narcotics-related offenses. The unit offers APD expertise to neighboring communities and combats crime here at home by protecting the rest of the Central Texas area. Whether looking into a murder or tracking career criminals, today's APD investigators work alongside the most sophisticated equipment available. Computerization puts suspect information, property records, and other vital information literally at the officer's fingertips. And the department's new automated fingerprint information system, or AFIS, makes suspects' fingertips an even bigger clue in solving crimes. Lieutenant Paul Looney describes the advantage of using AFIS.
Before the acquisition of the AFIS system, the Austin Police Department had to manually check all fingerprint comparisons. This involved over 200,000 cards. Since we've acquired the AFIS system, this is done automatically for us. In a matter of a few seconds, we now have a response that would have been impossible to do before.
The identification section helps solve cases by collecting these fingerprints and other evidence by maintaining and analyzing criminal files, and the department's crime laboratory can analyze, quantify, and characterize the tools of a crime. While officers and technicians work to identify criminals, the Victim Services Division tends to the other side of crime. Since 1980, these civilian counselors have offered crisis intervention, referral services, and other support to the victims and survivors of crime. Officers and investigators get backup from a host of other department services in the field and in the office, on the job and off. Calls are dispatched through one of the most sophisticated communication centers in the state. APD's Crime Stoppers program, one of the most successful projects of its kind in the nation, has turned up leads in thousands of felonies and misdemeanors and encouraged community involvement in crime prevention at the same time. Employees' physical health is safeguarded by Health Services, which offers medical screenings, nutritional counseling, and other comprehensive health programs. And Psychological Services lends a hand in dealing with emotional tensions common in high-stress jobs. But whatever division our employees work in, they all believe the best way to fight crime is to prevent it, and the best way to prevent it is through education. The Citizen Police Academy, which began in 1987, is a comprehensive 10-week program designed to acquaint citizens with department procedures and policies. APD's Community Services Division began Project DARE in September of 1987. DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, targets 5th and 6th graders in 10 Austin Independent School District elementary schools. Steve Crumley and Leslie York, Project DARE.
This is not a drug program per se. It's a kind of a life-building program. It teaches about pressures from media, from family, from the self, and from the peers. So it's more than just a drug program, I would say.
The things that they learn from it, they can use to say yes or to say no in different kind of situations. And how to build up their self-esteem. We're trying to get at the reasons that kids use drugs and not just teach them just say no. And we teach them all different facilities about how to make that decision and how to get at the reasons that they use drugs.
I think the DARE program, it's a unique program versus the just say no. It's like Steve said, it teaches them why they should say no, how they should say no, and when they should say no. Because in the 5th grade level, in that level, some of them just don't know when they should say no, or they're afraid to say no. So that's another unique point about it.
Other community services projects include the Neighborhood Watch program, the High School Rider project, which gives students an inside look at law enforcement, and crime prevention programs. They work with other city agencies and private businesses to nurture community involvement in crime prevention. They help citizens understand the workings of their police department and keep APD officials in touch with the citizens' needs and concerns. Whether sworn or non-sworn, tracking criminals or educating the public, all Austin police personnel receive the most extensive, up-to-date instruction available in their field. The APD Academy puts cadets through a rigorous training program, including 6 months of classroom lessons, physical and firearms training, and practical on-the-job experience. It's one of the most intensive police preparatory programs in the nation. Officers keep abreast of the latest developments in police science through in-service training sessions and satellite classes that link the students with instructors and law enforcement officials across the nation. Uniform patrols, modern forensic equipment, and the latest training techniques help us live up to our pledge to protect Austinites, yet we never forget our pledge to serve them, too. Our highly acclaimed Blue Santa program helped more than 2,700 area families have a happier holiday season in 1988. Other charity efforts like benefit sporting events, such as the Special Olympics, let our employees make their community a better, not merely a safer, place to live. And it doesn't end here. The Austin Police Department is constantly updating, constantly reaching out to upgrade our services. The addition of a video production unit allows APD to produce its own training films, tailoring them to our specific needs, better preparing our officers for the problems they may face on the streets. And a computer-assisted dispatch system, which went into operation last year, further streamlines departmental operations. Yes, our look is different, and our techniques are different than those used almost a century ago. But the Austin Police Department's age-old dedication to providing the city with top-notch law enforcement is a legacy that will be handed down for generations to come.